Hey, whoa, hey.
Thumb's the word. You know what I'm saying?
Is that the word?
That's what it is, y'all. Savage AF is the show where we say the words. I am Black Pedro.
I am
Yep.
Shang.
There
Oh
you
yeah,
go.
I'm
There you
Shang.
go.
Yeah, wow.
Savage AF, man.
Yeah.
We are here for you guys. Fuck your feelings. Facts matter. We're here for you live on YouTube and
YouTube,
Facebook
Facebook,
simultaneously, Monday through Friday,
simultaneously.
Pacific Standard Time. You know what it is, 3 p.m. Guys, if you ever miss us live,
When
you're stupid.
you're so stupid.
You're dumb.
Let me tell you how stupid you are. Okay, I'm gonna tell you how stupid you are. You've locked your child in a hot car with a dog. You have actually talked shit,
and then locked yourself out of the car.
You have talked shit to a UFC fighter with your hands tied. You're just a frighteningly stupid person. But you know what? You could rectify that. You could fix your life. You could get your shit together.
Up your IQ. If you ever miss us live, make sure you go to our YouTube channel.
Which is scrolling. I see
it's scrolling at the bottom. YouTube.com/C/SavageAFWorld if you're just listening.
Right,
all one word. And when you get there, you have work to do. You have an assignment.
Click the bell. Make sure you do that.
Ding.
Put your fingers up. Come on, Pedro. Come on. Yeah. Hey, give us this. Give us some thumbs up. Go to the website. Go to the YouTube and make sure you do that. Now, I know you think that your job is done. It's not. Your job is not done. Okay. You think your job's done, but it's not done. Look at my hands. See that? Your job ain't done. I'm making a box.
That's more work hands.
It's more. So what I need you to do is I need you to follow us on our fan page, which is on Facebook, which is Savage A. F. Yeah, that's cool. Make sure you do that. Oh, we got people in the jumping.
I'm gonna say hi to the people. I see Bronda's here, Maya's here, Breezy's here. We got Damani here. Maya's on that 100% petite Verdot.
I don't even know what that means.
It's a grape.
It's a grape?
It's wine. She's drinking wine.
Oh, it's a wine. Oh.
But wine is grapes.
Wine is made with grapes?
Come on, man.
No, man. No, quit fucking with
me. I know you don't know a lot about alcohol, but come on, man.
Come on, man.
All right, man. So she's on that Petite Verdot. Queen Bee's here. Who knows what drug she's on, but we know she's high. Y'all know what it is, man. Savage AF. Are we past 5 minutes? We're still not.
We're not past 5 minutes.
Fluff your feelings. Facts matter.
Also, make sure that you check us out on a certain
egg.
It's a certain thing that a lot of people put a lot of stock into, even though in the bigger grand scheme of things, it doesn't mean dookie. Since we're not past the 5 minutes, it doesn't mean dookie. It doesn't mean squat. It doesn't mean feces. It doesn't mean excrement. It doesn't mean anything. But to us, if you do this for us, it means the world. It means the world. Now, boom. Make sure you follow at Black Pedro.
Yeah.
Black Pedro. And make sure you follow at Comedian Shang. All right. But we're just getting this stuff out of the way. Then we're going to jump into the show. But I want to let y'all know we're not done. We're not done with what we need you to do. I need you to go to YouTube. I know you need you to go to YouTube right now. Funny Media. There's a special. Black Pedro has a special on YouTube. Just do a search. Look, Black and Pedro. Make sure you check it out. If you do that, guess what? You make a better world for you
and me.
So make sure you do that. And also, if you got Tubi, Amazon, or Apple TV, make sure you check me out. Shang is Shangry comedy special. It's an old motherfucker, but you still should watch it. I don't care. It's still funny in present time. Then finally, before we jump right into the show, when we do the rundown on the run up, oh, we got a couple other people in the feed. Queen B, what's happening? Oh, Miss No Slick Name. Well, I know you ain't got no draws on, but just, as long as you feel free. Yeah. Ooh,
That's no slick right there.
Yeah,
What?
like and subscribe. Yeah, we got a couple of live shows coming up. I want to let y'all know about. If you're in the Arizona area or a lizard, we will be doing shows in Tucson, Arizona, and also Casa Grande, Arizona, coming up on August 19th. All right, make sure you check out the show.
Let's go.
Boom. We'll be at The Rock. There goes Pedro, who on the side, you know what he sells? He sells.
I sell bed sheets
And used loafers.
There you go.
They're
certified pre-owned.
They're certified pre-owned. That makes it a whole different. And make sure you check us out live Friday, August 19th, 9 p.m. Make sure you check it out, the
Tucson.
LOL Comedy Jam. And then, boom, will be another show with 900 motherfuckers. Oh,
Casa Grande, Arizona.
We're at 6 minutes. I'm good. With 900 people on the show, LOL Comedy Jam and Casa Grande at Old Town Club. It's an Old Town Club.
A hot time on the Old Town tonight.
Boom. So make sure you check us out on the live tip. Make sure you do that. Salute to everybody. Nazi, who's this nigga on the nag? Nazi Islam's in the place. Assalamu alaikum.
There you go, brother.
That's why we get in trouble. It's Nazi's fault. Like, it's all no.
All your Muslim foreign talk.
All your Muslim foreign talk with your assalamu alaikum.
It is Monday, August 8th, 2022 in the time-space continuum. Let's get into it. Savage AF, Miss Adverb has made it.
Did you just say the
in time for class
continuum? Did you do some Star Trek shit just now?
I was on some Doctor Strange shit.
Was that
Savage AF, man? Fuck your feelings.
Okay.
Facts matter. Black Pedro, comedian Shang. We're gonna end today with the Shangry. He's in the building.
Mm-hmm.
What in the wide world of fuck? That's a question, I think.
Yes, that's the question.
We'll find the answer.
Happening with these insane, pigmentally challenged people from the Caucasoid Mountains.
There we go. Black Pedro popping before that. Oath, please. Oath, please.
Oath. You see the oath?
We're gonna talk about it. Oath.
We're gonna talk about it.
That's the topic. Before we get into that, our critical hard-hitting question that we ask almost daily on this show. Your motherfucker say what today?
Yes.
The Michigan Attorney General currently is about to bring a case against her opponent, her GOP opponent. Let's talk about that.
That's how bad it's getting.
Who is backed by Trump. But before we get into that, Savage AF, again, it's Monday, August 8th, 2022 in the time-space continuum. Fuck your feelings, facts matter. Savage AF. Let's say his name again, as we shall always historically. Ahmaud Arbery. His murderers are sentenced to life again. This is in the case of their federal hate crime. So the state of Georgia already convicted them of murder, and they got life sentences for that, with no chance of parole, I believe. And then I think they're the accomplice, the murderographer, the video shooter on the right. I think he has a chance of parole. But in terms of the federal case, the hate crime against the two on the left, the McMichael clan.
The McMichael clan, who all three of them look like the back ass boys.
The Dumb and Dumberer boys.
Yeah, they absolutely got hillbilly written all over their sloping brows. They're idiots.
They get murdered for a federal hate crime as well.
Right. And so,
hey, I'm like, hey, throw life sentences at them. I'm also going to use this as an opportunity to rehash my theory that if they got 2 life sentences, then they should serve it twice, which is not possible. Then grab one of a child or a cousin, a sibling, and throw their ass in jail too.
Yes, I mean, put it this way.
What they did, fuck it, everybody, the whole family.
Concurrently, they should run, and like every time one of them gets out, like after 25 years, some old man, they wheel them out. They should wheel a little kid in. I think that all their children. Put it this way: if they got pets, all of them should be put in the pound. All of them. Say they got goldfish, all should be flushed down the toilet. You got to understand, these people basically, it was a lynching. It was not a oh well, I was trying to protect
it was a
my
hunt.
community.
They
It was a
hunted
hunt.
him down.
They hunted him down. It's like we can't even jog. And I just saw a video that just came out where a woman called the police on a man standing on his own porch in his own house he had just purchased 3 weeks ago. He told her, he waved at her, he was very cordial, and then she still called the police. It's like, I don't know about it. And when the police came, she actually fell and said, oh, it was yes, she was a white woman, happened to be a white. She said, oh my, he was so close to me. And I'm not joking. Y'all can look it up. The shit is, so I understand that kind of, hypersensitivity, but these motherfuckers actually went out and hunted a man, killed a man, and then they asked for leniency. They didn't want to be in a federal prison. They wanted to be in a federal prison instead of, I guess, regular population. I mean, the white supremacists will embrace them, and I guess if you get raped by your own, or I'm sorry, you can't say the word rape, rectify. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna try to look for a word. You can't say sexually abused. Yeah, that's better.
Sex.
Yes. Yeah. Involuntary
sexual assault.
Involuntary oral sexual assault. That's a great way to put it. I say they can't have that happen in prison.
Speaking of white supremacists, Miss Adverb is in the building. I'm fucking with you, girl. But she says, I just don't feel like the one on the right went in with malicious intent. Be mad, but you don't pay bills. She's talking about the videographer. If he didn't tape it, there wouldn't have been proof. He gave us the evidence. Oh no, we appreciate that. But
so what?
That it's also evidence of their caucasity. Like he released that tape, that video into the public because he thought it would vindicate them of their actions. So while he might not have gone in with malice, I'm not sure. He definitely is an accomplice to this. Like he was in a truck that was being used to corral Ahmaud Arbery, and while he didn't have a weapon or didn't use any weapon, he did just sit there and watch. I mean, he knew these guys had guns and were going to hunt.
Miss Adverb. Okay, first off, I don't know how many steps you fell down. I don't know how many time your head hit the steps. Are you kidding me? The bottom line, he is just as guilty because he definitely used his truck as to wrangle this black man. The bottom line is and by the way, I was going to do a thing on Bill Maher because Bill Maher with his punk ass, and he's lost total support from my standpoint. And I don't know if in his old whiteness he's getting more, I don't know, right wing, but to try to say, well, you can't say that the reason that they were asking for leniency is because of white privilege, and because we don't have white privilege, we have white advantage. That's semantics, you cunt. And when I want to see my hand, this is called smack motion. I want how people swipe on a thing when they're on dating apps. I want to make a dating, not even a dating app, asshole racist app where you can just swipe smack all these idiots. The end of the day, it was a hate crime, and they should get all the time you could give a person.
She said, Ms. Adverb says, so say what you will, he made this possible from Ahmaud's perspective. I mean, the only thing he made possible was this hardcore evidence, but he's still part of the murder. So, rather than have this hardcore video evidence of the murder, we'd rather just have Ahmaud Arbery alive.
Yeah, how about that?
I'm sure you would too, Ms. Adverb. I mean, I see your point. Like,
I don't see your point.
His video was valuable in bringing about justice. But, Maya says, but he didn't stop it or report it.
Right. And it doesn't vindicate.
I mean, even this idea that he should go with his friends and be videotaping them chasing some black man through the neighborhood. I mean, there's malice in there. Maybe it's passive aggressive malice or whatever, but there is a malice in getting up off your couch to go chase a man through the neighborhood. And
right.
Ms. Adverb said,
and videotape it.
The man who taped it didn't have a truck. Girl, he had his own vehicle.
Oh my God!
Oh
my God!
I don't care if this nigga had a Scion, The
Yeah.
point was for him to fucking that he was part of
He was part of it. Okay.
this
And you know
posse.
what? I think he should go to prison just for the haircut he got. I just
Well,
think
you
that,
know,
yeah, he should
he'll be
go
in
to
there a
prison
while.
and be orally sexually abused, because the word RAPE triggers people on YouTube. So I think that he should be orally sexually abused by a person who has herpes, cankers, suplex. And I think that they should do it every other day. Give him a day to rest and think about it. And then know that coming Wednesday, it's happening again. I mean, we are so, this is what I want to say with black folks. And you can say I'm wrong or right, Pedro. We are such a empathetic race. We sometimes try to find anything to give them a pass, and I give them no pass, especially these dudes. But I mean, even microaggressions that I see, I'm not giving anybody a pass anymore. You say some wrong shit to me, there will be ramifications and repercussions for fucking with my cornbread. You understand me? You heard me.
Yep.
And you too, Miss Adverb, even though you're cute, but you still get these hands.
Fantastic. But but yeah, you know, this is just icing on the cake. You know, I mean, there was no chance they were going to be in prison for life anyways. But yeah, throw some more life at them.
Oh, did you?
I say get some kids in jail, grandkids, whatever.
Grandkids. I told you,
generational.
Everything that, you know what? If they got furniture, the furniture should be put in storage. Just some kind of
all they shit.
Lock everything about their life
White
up.
chains. I want
White
boots
chains,
on
everything.
their cars.
I just think that, yeah, just boots on their car, boots on their family's cars. They come from a long line and a lineage of dumb, backward, racist fucks, and they deserve all of that smoke they're getting. I don't understand why people are saying, well, you know, it's a little harsh. What do you mean it's a little harsh? So a man jogging and getting hunted down and shotgunned is not harsh?
The sins of the father, the sins of the father, son, visit the child.
Look at these dudes.
Make the whole family pay. Make them pay.
Make the whole family pay.
The son on the left, he just looks like,
well, I know what I like.
Like he looked like he's trying to choose cereal.
Yeah.
Like, do I want Fruity Pebbles or Nigger Pebbles? I mean, Cocoa.
Cocoa Pebbles. Well, that's the same thing. Cocoa Pebble. I won't even eat Cocoa Pebble because they're kind of like niggers. Like they're little niggers in milk.
No, they all, as he says, all of them don't appear to be the sharpest tool in the box. They're all tools, just not the sharp ones. You know
right.
what I mean? Like sandpaper or...
And for the people that think that this show is being a little too harsh, even though the name of the show is Savage AF, which doesn't stand for always friendly, doesn't stand for always familiar, it stands for as fuck. You know that I know that you know if this happened to somebody, like if this happened to, and I'm not wishing this, Pedro be in jail. I already know this. But if it happened to your sister was going jogging and some dudes decided to do that, I think Pedro be like, well, Gertrude, we're going on a trip. I mean, it's
like, oh, y'all like to hunt? So do we.
Well, so do we. And the wild shit is his family. They didn't even apologize. Of course, when they were getting the sentence, their family was like, you know, you want leniency, but you took away our child. You took away the person that we loved, and it was for just your hatred, your misplaced hatred, because you're such suck. I mean, that to me, when white people react this way, it's because one, you're pussies, because if you didn't have the shotgun, you were getting pieced up. Aubrey was piecing them up and possibly could have got away in a confrontation hand to hand. We know that. But the bottom line is it's based on what? Your fear of being in the same position that you put us in. Yes. You putting us, like, you're afraid it was like, I don't mean to use this, but this is fucked up. But Planet of the Apes, if it ever turned around, how we would treat you. You goddamn right. There's a lot of people that feel that way. I personally feel like I probably would definitely, I'm using Patrice, comedian Patrice O'Neill's reference. I would have white slaves. I would have, I would definitely, great when he said, get upstairs and warm up my bed, you fat white bitch. I mean, like, I would do shit because look at all the heinous shit. And that's why when I was watching Bill Maher being interviewed by Howie Mandel, I was like, what the fuck are you tell white advantage? Like, it's not white privilege. It's the same shit. And, well, you know, black people, you know how many black people are shot by the cops a year? How many people do police shoot? About 1,000. But what if that's your brother? What if that's your, for no reason, innocently shot? And these motherfuckers need to go to jail until there is no jail, until it's just.
Listen, if a white person gets shot by the cops, they deserve it. If a black person gets shot by the cops, they might not have. You know,
yeah.
There's like, and
they might have been just
9 times out of 10. If you're a white dude, especially getting shot by the cops, you're doing some. You've done some shit.
You're chewing on a baby's forehead. Yeah.
And even then, they're gonna try and talk you down. So
you're walking outside with 2 female breasts that you just cut off of a woman, and they still remember. It's like, yeah, they could be driving in their car to get pulled over because there's a white woman's hand hanging out of the trunk, and they go, "Hey, man, you know what? I know you got to get to work at 5, so go ahead." And this woman coming from CPAC, which I'm going to talk about later, they caught her driving too fast, and they were going to give her a ticket. She pulled out her Trump white privilege card, and they let her go. And you say those cops shouldn't be arrested? Absolutely. The cops should they should be fired. I'm sorry. Because you're not doing your job. Not arrested. No, I got my outrage.
It's like locks them all up.
Yeah, my outrage meter went off the charts. My outrage. So I mean, what do you guys think? I want to know what you guys in the feed think. And you know what? I haven't talked to Pedro about this. Who got the cojones? The cojones, the balls. We'll let you come in on a segment and see what you just say what you feel. Let's see if there's anybody that wants to, I'm going to put it out there. I'm going to put it in the feed. And don't come in with some stupid shit. If you come in with some stupid shit, Pedro is the master of disaster. He's the blaster master of disaster. And we will mute you if you come in with some dumb stuff. If we have some trolls, you will be cut off. Okay. It's in the feed. Anybody wants to jump on and let us know before we move on, or even just any topics we're talking about.
Yeah, please, we'll keep it pushing in the meantime. We'll keep it pushing
in the meantime, in between time.
That's what it is, man. So as we do, you know how we do, guys. We get down to the bottom of it, ask those critical questions. The most critical one we ever ask always sounds like this.
Motherfucker say what? Yeah. Motherfucker say what? Say yeah, yeah, yeah.
Well, this is where our political landscape is. The current AG in Michigan, this young lady right here, Dana Nessel. Hold on, let me get her up here. Bam.
Yeah.
This young lady, Dana Nessel, she is the current Attorney General of my home state of Michigan. You can see our state seal behind her head there, two stags, a lot of deer. Michigan.
A lot of deer.
So she's the current Attorney General. Also, it is an election year. She is running against this guy, Matthew. Come on, man, Matthew DePerno, who looks like a retired Ghostbuster. But he's endorsed by Trump. He's the Trump-backed candidate.
Oh my God! Look at the little stamp. Endorsed by Trump, like that's like it.
That means something. But yeah, so he is an election denier, blah blah blah, batshit crazy, to the point in which Dana Nessel's office, has gained some information and possible evidence, and she's calling for a special prosecutor to investigate her opponent, who may have been involved with and been part of an attempt to steal voting machines and or tabulators, vote counting machines, and to break into them and tamper with them. And there's, I guess, some sort of serious evidence that he may have been part of that plot and made attempts to execute it. So
but he, other than being election denier, he's an election denier. He is using basically he's corrupt as hell, and now he's trying to wiggle his way out of it. I saw like something on, and I don't watch Fox News, but they interviewed this. They interviewed this, like you said. No, he was a Ghostbuster they didn't pick.
Yeah,
they went,
he was a rejected
Yeah,
Ghostbuster.
we can't. You're so out of touch with reality. We can't even use you to help catch these ghosts.
No, he looks like Fat Egon. You know what I mean? Like the nerdy
Yeah,
one.
yeah. No, I know the nerdy one. But he didn't get picked. And look, and not that her ears
He didn't pass the
aren't
physical.
Spockish. I mean, she looks like she definitely. Look at her ears.
Don't fuck with her.
She looks like she's turning into a bat.
She would do the death grip on your ass.
She definitely has Klingon ears, but
Dana Nessel ain't the one to fuck with.
But the bottom line is, if you look at the situation, a lot of people, like in Arizona, where 4 Trump endorsed candidates won. Now in the election coming up, now I mean they're batshit crazy. I'm talking about way the fuck over. I'm talking about sling blade ass lickers. They just are way the hell out there. So the bottom line is, I mean, but the GOP has been crazy as cat shit anyway. But end of the day, Pedro, guess what's gonna happen? There's still a chance that Egon is gonna win.
I mean, not if he ends up getting convicted of anything. But,
I mean, look, we got Trump is going to be. We got the person who I didn't think, Merrick Garland, seems to be going up his ass, and he still could do it.
Well, and speaking of Garland, I would say that Dana Nessel, who is an attorney general herself, just on the state level, she seems to be much quicker to pull that trigger than Garland was, even though he is now. But she's heard wind of some bullshit. She is not worried about how it looks politically. She's doing it the right way in calling for or the most impartial way, I should say, in calling for a special prosecutor. But bottom line is, whether he's her opponent or not, when you catch wind of some funkiness like this, you can't turn your nose in the other direction. You got to get up in that ass. You got
to get up in that ass. And Maya Baker says the GOP candidate as soon involved in trying to falsify.
No, I think it just got spaced out. The GOP candidate was soon involved in trying to falsify the election results. He should be investigated and removed from money. Yeah, I mean,
if that's the case, a lot of the people that are running, there's a ton of election deniers that are supporting the big lie, which, by the way, we don't support. Got to clarify that shit for YouTube, apparently. But I mean, at the end of the day, what's up, JRA NYC in the building? You know what? Even though we know these people are election deniers, we know that they actually are corrupt. We got a Marjorie Taylor Greene that said all kind of heinous shit, and they still are up to run. I think that they let them get off too easy, and I'm glad she pulled the trigger. With her bat ears. Her bat ears heard some shit, because bats can hear a lot of shit. They got sonar.
She uses sonar, man.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, she says. So Nessel, from her office, says when this investigation began, there was not a conflict of interest. However, during the course of the investigation, facts were developed that DiPerno was one of the prime instigators of the conspiracy. So they were already looking into this conspiracy to tamper with the vote tabulators. And during the course of that, this dude DiPerno popped up as a suspect and a major instigator, as she said. So this isn't a situation where Dana Nessel was targeting him, just to make that clear, right? This is not, she wasn't targeting her opponent for political purposes. Rather, his name popped up during the course of an already ongoing investigation.
Right. So it's not like, it was like, oh, and you were involved with the shit. So, I mean, I'm hoping.
Which, by the way, is the complete opposite of what Ron DeSantis, the governor of Florida, or as we like to call it, Hell's Penis. He just fired Andrew. Well, yeah.
But they
basically fired Andrew Warren, who was a state attorney.
Just because.
Yeah, I mean, no, because Warren didn't want to. He wasn't going to prosecute certain abortion cases, or he wasn't going to go around criminalizing doctors. He said that in public, and Rhonda Satan doesn't like that. So this is somebody who was voted by the people as their state attorney for their county. I think it's Hillsborough County in Florida, but he totally went the political opponent route. I'm going to prosecute, or not prosecute, but chastise and fired. He punished is the good P word I want to use. He's straight up punishing a political opponent.
And you know what he did? Dude was in his office just doing work, and two armed guards came and escorted him out.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Wait a minute, what?" And he didn't even have time to adjust to what was happening. But he said, "We're looking into the legality of it, and we're going to find out if he did this illegally." So I'm hoping that he get up into Satan's ass. Wow, that sounded real bad, but you know what I meant. I hope that he gets.
No Vaseline.
Yeah, if he did it illegally and he did it because it was basically, he was basically wielding his power to fuck over people, then Satan should be disqualified to run. Because if you look at who's running, it would be Trump. Then there's a long fucking gap, and then it's the Satan for 24% of the Republican Party that's backing this bitch. He's backing this. They're backing this bitch, but the Republicans. All of y'all can eat a crispy bag of dicks.
I think actually since the January 6th hearings have commenced, that DeSatan has moved ahead of Trump as the number one.
But they said that over the course of CPAC, they did another one with their base, and the base was just on some other shit. But, all of them, okay, y'all try to act like these crazy crackers ain't acting crackalicious. Right now, they're scared. They're like, "Oh, we're going to take our rats." And then really with Kansas basically showed that even Republicans and progressives ain't down with that shit. The progressives is like, this abortion shit, y'all can't eat a dick. You know what I'm saying? We ain't down
and
with
most
that.
Specifically, like the conservative right-wing women aren't.
Yeah.
Like Republican women, did a lot in Kansas too.
Kansas. So they're afraid because they feel like it's going to tip the election. I don't think it is, because they've done so much, corrupt shit and gerrymandering, and fuck. They've twisted the election around where black people can't vote if you ever ate something at Starbucks. If you ever ate something at Starbucks, you're not allowed to vote. You need an ID of an ID of an ID, and if you don't have an ID of that ID, guess what happens? You can't vote. I mean, they're making shit up. And
this don't look like you. After all that, that's how they gonna say, this ain't you.
But this is 5 different IDs. Doesn't matter. Okay, your name's not, what is it, Pedro Hernandez? What is it?
Am I supposed to get the?
I mean,
could you imagine though in Michigan if fucking Ghostbuster dude over here, like he's running for attorney general, which make him the top law enforcer in the state of Michigan. And now his name has come up as a major conspirator in an attempt to tamper with election results.
And if he wins,
could you imagine that?
Yeah, but say because you know how the gears of this shit move so slow. It'll be a year from now, and he already say he wins. He could just go, "I don't give a fuck how many votes y'all got. I'm denying anybody. If we didn't win, y'all didn't win." And he could do that. That's why the Trump people with they bitch ass, and all of them are bitches. I'm gonna tell you, they got bitch like qualities. All of them. The reason they getting all these people in place is so if they lose again in 2024, they could have people that they elected
just deny it. Yeah.
Just say, you know what, we don't care. This is our dude.
Now, these are the new results.
Yeah, these are the new results. We lost 2-1, but we're still president. I mean, I hate all their families, and I wish them all bad shit. I hope y'all all get herpes on the inside of your mouth, and you get it to the point where you can't breathe.
There you go.
So you have to kind of nod your head after that and really go, that's how I feel.
God damn it. All right, so we'll keep our eyes on this case, but kudos to Dana Nessel for making moves to, even though it's against her opponent and doesn't look right politically, she's asked for a special attorney to take over, or a special prosecutor, so to kind of recuse herself.
So Mr. McFeely might not
Yeah.
even
That's it. Yeah, Bueller,
Bueller.
Ben Stein.
Yeah.
All right, man, we're gonna keep it pushing, y'all. We're gonna push right on through this one today. And it's my turn to burn. So let me do my thing, and I'm gonna do it like that.
Hey, hey, it's your boy Black Pedro, popping in, hey, with another popping to let you know what's popping.
Hey, it's your boy Black Pedro with another popping to let you know what's popping. Oh man, please, come on, guys. Why so serious? All right, so this weekend I fell off into a Game of Thrones marathon. On HBO2, they are airing all like a season per day, and it's kind of a build up. In about 2 weeks, they're gonna have the Game of Thrones prequel, House of Dragons, right?
House of Dragons.
In watching Game of Thrones again, I got through the first couple seasons. I really noticed this pattern of a lot of conversations about oaths, right? So-and-so took, you pledged your fealty to this king, you pledged your fealty to that king, blah, blah, blah. That character there, that was Brienne of Tarth, a fierce warrior, a huge woman. And her sword there was
That's
called,
a woman?
Yeah, that's a woman, dog. Her sword is called Oathkeeper. That was her sword. And she was like one of the most noble motherfuckers on the show. Always like, I made a promise and I must and I will until the end. And I swear to the day I die, I will fight to protect. And, it was a lot of that stuff. She was deserving of a sword called Oathkeeper. There's another character on there, Jaime Lannister. He was known as the King Slayer because he killed the king when he was supposed to be protecting him. It was like if Secret Service had shot JFK. That kind of deal, right? Like, kind of not the job. And there was one line he had, he's just like, oaths are just like words, man. Like, come on. He kind of had that attitude, like, oaths, schmoth, bro.
I'm stabbing you anyway.
And it made me think of the group, obviously the group Oath Keepers. I was like, I wonder if they named their group after Brienne's sword. But the idea of an oath, as I watched Game of Thrones and saw people either make oaths and break oaths, or, figure out a rationale why they could break the oath that made sense because, things have changed. And I kind of felt like it was a real metaphor for our, political and sort of legislative and judicial realms right now, where you have these people who took these oaths throughout our government. And then time after time, we see these people break their oaths, whether they're any of the conservative judges who saw Roe as precedent. And then as soon as they could, they got in there and flipped that, right? Fuck that oath, right? You have people who have been sworn to follow the Constitution, like Donald J. Trump, who said, fuck that oath. A whole bunch of legislators who are like, man, fuck that oath. We just want Trumpty Dumpty to win. We don't give a fuck what happens. Oaths don't mean a goddamn thing to me at this point. It's only your actions that are going to determine who you are, your character, what type of person you should be judged as. So for all these people out here taking these oaths and whatever, just know that I, Black Pedro, will no longer be listening to your ass. Even these oath keepers. Some of them got in jail and was like, all right, man, let me tell you something. Fred was there, okay?
They started squawking.
Scott, sorry, we call him Skunk, but on the county, he likes black girls. You know what I mean? Like, they just start talking, singing like canaries. So these oaths don't ever mean anything. Your actions will always determine what you could say. You could talk a big game, but your actions will always determine who you are and how you should be judged in this world. So oath away if you want to, but I'll believe it when I see it, motherfucker.
Yeah, I don't believe none of that shit. That's the same thing when people are religious and they tell you to believe a certain thing. I go, really? Really? So you believe in God and Jesus, and you're at the strip club with me, putting money in Candy's butt cheeks. Okay. Take your hypocrisy and fall down a fucking mountain. There's no Maya Baker says there's no integrity anymore. The highest bidder wins. Well, I wouldn't just say that. I would say that the reason that there's like people break oaths is because they're up in a lot of people that say that they're down and they have an oath is Pedro, but some of them just be up in their feelings. They'd be just up in their feelings and go, well, I was supposed to honor this oath, but it doesn't benefit me the way I need it to benefit me. So it's a lot of people that feel like it doesn't benefit them. So they're fucking
what's
oath.
in it for me?
Yeah, what's in it for me? So they can suck on this oath. How about that? Wow.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Man. And by the way, anybody else who watches Game of Thrones, so very excited. August 21st.
But
House of Dragons.
They've been dissing it. Some of the people saw and I'm like, I'm not.
I don't give a fuck what people say.
No, you're gonna watch it anyway. But what I'm saying is, they said that there's too many inconsistencies, and they were trying to do that.
Nigga, it's called House of Dragons.
Okay, I know it's.
What the fuck consistency is the show?
Wait a minute.
It's dragons, nigga.
I get you.
Nigga, it's dragons.
But they tried to go that.
I'm not even talking to you. I'm talking to the critics out there. I'm like, nigga, it's just eat some popcorn, drink some wine. It's dragons, nigga.
And watch dragons do dragon
it's white
shit.
people and dragons,
right? And that's just like how I felt about Jurassic Park. People
damn,
like,
y'all niggas
what's the meaning behind the movie? It's like it's dinosaurs eating motherfuckers.
Yeah, come on, man.
Yeah, that's it. So
JRNYC says any trans characters on House of Drag-ons. I see what you did there, brother.
Yeah, I see what you're working with there.
I think one of the dragons is non-binary.
So you can't eat, right? You don't know, and every time you go to call it he or she, he burns you to a crisp.
He will melt your motherfucking head.
They
goes by they.
They dragons.
It's white people and dragons, y'all. Let's not overthink this. Okay.
Don't overthink it.
Come on.
But what I want y'all to do is I don't want you to overthink this either. I need y'all to make sure that y'all follow not only myself right here, bam, at Comedian Shang, but follow at Black Pedro on the IG, or as Pedro calls it, the egg.
The egg, my nigga.
Okay,
you know what I mean?
Yeah. Make sure you follow that, and also make sure you subscribe to our channel. If you subscribe to the channel, make sure you rate it, comment, and you know what? Make sure you don't forget to do this little thing. Ring the bell. We appreciate it.
Miss Adverb, I saw Paris is Burning too. I think House of Dragons will be a slightly different than the House of.
I think it'll be not as. I don't think there was any murders in Paris is Burning. I don't think there was.
Oh no, there was definitely.
No, Paris is Burning. Is that the thing where they were voguing and dancing with the trans?
Yeah, but one of the trans women, one of the women got killed.
Well, not by a dragon.
Maybe a drag queen though.
Well, yeah, I didn't even. I just remember them voguing. I want to let y'all know my Shangri. I just. It's like white people run amok. What the fuck is going on? The CPAC?
What the muck?
CPAC. God damn. Man, they are just feeling themselves and they're absolutely going nuts. Oh my God, this is him. Apparently, I don't know if he's having an aneurysm, but CPAC, where they were on some Nazi racist, the GOP could eat just bags and troughs of dick. Like, are you kidding me? Of course, Trump voted #1 at CPAC. Surprise. Said some of the most racist, crazy, backward, not even based in any kind of reality shit. It was just a whole bunch of doubles dancing. That's what it was. It was just it was the devil smacking the ass of conservatives. They were just having a demon party. It was horrible. I've heard some of the most horrendous shit. The roof, this roof is on fire. We don't need no water because we are the one that set it on fire. You fucks, oh my God, they're so bad. All the people at CPAC, Ted Cruz, Josh Hawley with his bitch ass,
we talked about them having Viktor Orban.
Yeah, Viktor Orban. They might as well just say, bottom line is
coming to the stage, Hitler's corpse.
Yeah. They really went there. Basically they had it was a Nazi party. I couldn't believe. I don't know if y'all know what CPAC is. CPAC is when a whole bunch of conservatives get in a circle and do a circle jerk, and they masturbate on the fucking
Conservative Political Action
Conference, where they masturbate and jack off on democracy.
And to pictures of poor people in the
it's like
look, that one really looks hungry.
They have a how far can you kick a black baby football a luncheon.
They have redistricting contests.
It was nothing but devils dancing around. And I'm gonna tell you right now, if the Democrats don't see this as crazy town and go hard in the paint after these devilicious motherfuckers, we are so done. They were just dancing a double jig. It was the craziest shit I've ever seen. And I'm gonna tell you right now, go online and look at some of the shit that was said. Absolutely horrific shit. And you know what? They basically painted what they're going after. They're not gonna have any policy. They're not gonna have none of that shit. You know what they're doing? They're going on their feelings of how they feel like America's being taken away from them. They're being taken away because of black people and the transgender and the fucking brown people are taking our communities. Oh, you little bitches.
My great-granddaddy was a slave owner now.
My great-granddaddy. They're horrible.
Most of them are mad their grandfather didn't leave him any slaves.
And Ted Cruz, I swear to God, Uncle Fester needs his ass beat. He was the worst. I'd say he was the worst. He was worse than Trump. He was worse than Trump. And Josh Hawley would be a second, and then Trump would be third. They were so bad because Trump was so incoherent, it didn't matter. The motherfucker just was like, and watch out, and niggers. It was just the worst shit ever. It was the devil's dance, man. It was the devil's dance. It was the horrible shit. And the people in the feed, look online and look at some of the shit they were saying.
Oh, JRA NYC said they also had the Kyle Rittenhouse band opening fire with their hits.
Kyle Rittenhouse actually has a video game out.
Yeah, I've heard about that.
Is video so basically, and they're back. The money is backed by a lot of these right-wing politicians. Shouldn't that be something that they shouldn't do? But I told you, they're the devil. I am no longer. And if anybody that says something to me about it, like, well, you know what? That's just how they feel. No, they're wrong.
They're dead wrong.
They're wrong. And
dead
Democrats, you better use abortion on the fucking bill so you can smack the shit out of them in swing states. You need to use the fact that they didn't want to give funding for health care for fucking veterans. Then they took it away on some petty shit. You better put all of that shit. I want to hear you say it every day until the fucking elections. And Democrats, if you don't start getting grimy in the mud, you deserve your ass beat. That's a fact.
Shang, you've actually disturbed AJ Fitty. Shang has this twisted mind, Miss Have a baby blood drinking contest.
Yeah,
where you get this stuff from?
Where do I get this stuff from? Come on, you know how I get it from?
Well, that's why they make the mothers have the babies so they can drink the blood.
That's bitch. McConnell's been doing that for years.
I'll drink your abortion.
I don't know. Wow, his eyes are a mouth.
It was a whole buffet of potato salad with raisins.
Yeah, it's gonna be.
And the little carrot chunks.
We really, and I agree with you, Nazi. The system is crumbling. That's why we need to be savage AF, savage as fuck in this next election. Because if we lose real bad in this election, then the 2024 is going to be even harder.
And it's not, and I agree with you, Nazi, but it's not even that, or it's not just that the system is crumbling. It's like these right-wing GOPers are really, really trying to crumble it because it's not, the system is no longer working for them, right? You got more and more black people and minorities voting, like, you know what I mean? Flipping states back and forth. If they just, you know, if they just let people vote,
They lose.
The system will not work for them. So they have to crumble the system the way it is.
Right. They have to. It's like Putin. He would rather shoot off nuclear weapons and blow up the world than lose, because Ukraine been getting up in that ass. He would rather kill everybody than just go, let them have their, you know, let them have their freedom. We're going to do our thing over here. They're not going to do that. So, and I'm not going to, and all the black people who say, well, I'm a Republican, you're an asshole too. Because if you support these insurrectionist cunts, you're a cunt. Okay. And you probably use cunt lotion to smooth your coon-tasticness off your skin.
You could be a Republican or even a black Republican and not support the insurrectionists, but to me, you're still a dickhead for being a Republican.
Well, yeah, no, but if you support,
if you're black and Republican, you better be rich. And tell me that that you
did it because of money.
That, I don't know what the fuck you in it for.
Yeah, but check this out before we bounce. I'm gonna tell you right now, at the end of the day, is if you support Trump, you're supporting an insurrectionist, because he supported the insurrection. He's the one that was getting glee and rubbing jello on his nipples while he was watching the shit for 3 hours and didn't do a motherfucking thing to stop these idiots. So yeah, I mean, anybody that's in that and I'm not saying all white people, but if you're a white person and you don't see that this is wrong, and there's a lot of white people going against this shit, you need to mobilize just as much as we need to mobilize to stop this insanity, because you talk about democracy, this shit is out the fucking window. If they win the election by a large margin, if there's a red wave this fucking this November 2022, it's a wrap. Because they're going to make sure that January 6th just shit evaporates, Pedro. You're not going to ever hear about the shit no more.
And then they'll never lose another election again.
Ever.
Maya Baker says the system is working, but that's not what they want. There you go. The fear of losing power is driving them to destroy the system that they build. You know, that's all there is to it. And you know, plus you mix in the, but they want a white Christian state, and now you're like, all right, but I'm gonna end up shoving Bibles down all your throats, nigga. You better get the fuck out.
Yeah. Shit. You know what Christianity is? That right now, white nationalism is white nationalist Christianity is white fucking supremacy.
It's white for God.
Yeah. So I mean, yeah, it's like thou shalt not kill. Well, say that to fucking Aubrey.
Negras.
Yeah. Say that to Aubrey, fucking, you know, mother. Ahmaud Arbury's mother. So until you can actually act like you're a human being, I'm not going to act like a human being back to these idiots. You want to try to act animalistic, don't be surprised I act animalistic back or act like an animal. So until then, I've sent you a bag of the crispy dicks.
Yeah.
Savage AF, we about here.
By the way, I apologize. Speaking of Ahmaud Arbery, I realized I had his last name spelled with a U instead of an E. So apologies on that, guys.
Apologies on that. But yeah, say his name. Make sure you remember this shit. We got to stop forgetting it, having amnesia about the shit that didn't happen that long ago. This is in 2020. So don't act like the shit happened that long ago. It just took a while for the justice system to do what the fuck they supposed to do. And I hope they in jail, and I hope they burn in hell, a.k.a. Samuel Jackson, to kill him off. Yeah.
I'm tired of these motherfucking crackers on this motherfucking plane.
Right.
All right, man. We'll be back here tomorrow on a Tuesday, 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, live on YouTube. Yep. Savage AF, Fuck Your Feelings, Facts Matter, Black Pedro, Shane.
Yes. Wow. We're out of here. Yo, make sure you check us out. We coming to your town. Woo!
That's what it is, man.
We out.